These machines should be dead. They were built when your grandparents were young, have been buried in mud, baked in desert heat, and hammered through mountains, and yet they're still showing up to work. While modern trucks break down chasing software updates, these iron dinosaurs keep hauling millions of tons like it's nothing. Some are over 50 years old. Some have outlived 3 generations of owners. This is the story of 10 dump trucks that simply refuse to die. Number 10. The REO Speed Wagon Dump Truck, 1915. Before it became the name of a rock band, the REO Speed Wagon was a serious piece of hauling machinery. Introduced in 1915 by the REO Motor Car Company, it featured an innovative hydraulic dump mechanism that allowed the bed to tilt and unload cargo far more efficiently than anything available at the time. The Speed Wagon was powered by a 4-cylinder engine and sat on a chassis that was adaptable for a range of commercial purposes. What made it remarkable was its durability. Businesses across America relied on it for hauling coal, gravel, and construction debris. Many of these trucks kept working well into the 1930s and beyond, long past what anyone expected of a vehicle from that era. The REO Motor Car Company also produced the 1921 REO coal truck, which stands today as one of the oldest surviving dump trucks ever identified. Built with a hydraulic dumping mechanism and a load-carrying capacity of around 5 tons, it was designed specifically for the coal industry, and it represents the earliest blueprint of the heavy haulers we know today. These machines ran hard, and the ones that survived did so because their owners simply wouldn't let them quit. Number 9. The Mack B-series dump truck, 1953-1966. Before the legendary R-Model, there was the B-series, Mack's post-war workhorse that cemented the company's reputation for building trucks that would outlast everything around them. Introduced in 1953, the Mack B-series came in multiple configurations, including tractors, dump trucks, and fire engines, with a gross vehicle weight rating ranging from 24,000 to over 73,000 pounds. The B model cemented Mack's reputation as the bulldog of the road. The famous bulldog hood ornament became iconic during this era, symbolizing exactly what these trucks were: tough, relentless, and built to take punishment. The B-series dump truck was a workhorse across construction sites throughout the 1950s and 1960s, hauling everything from asphalt to quarry stone. What makes the B-series remarkable is how many of them are still functional today, not just sitting in museums, actually working. There are documented examples of B-series Macks running on farms, hauling loads at private quarries, and being used as service trucks. Owners talk about them the way other people talk about family heirlooms. They don't just keep them, they protect them. And those old Mack engines just keep turning over. Number 8. The Euclid R-22 dump truck, 1953. The Euclid Trucks Company, based in Euclid, Ohio, was one of the most important pioneers in off-highway dump truck history. While other manufacturers were modifying on-road trucks for construction use, Euclid designed machines specifically for the brutal conditions of mining and earth moving from the ground up. The Euclid R-22 entered production in October 1953 as part of Euclid's expanding line of off-road haulers. In 1951, the company had already made history by producing the industry's first 50-ton, 3-axle dump truck with twin-engine Cummins power, a feat that no one had attempted before. The R-22 built on that legacy. These trucks became so dominant in the industry that the word "Euc" became generic slang for any heavy off-road dump truck. similar to how Xerox became synonymous with photocopying. When General Motors acquired Euclid in 1953, they inherited a machine that was already unstoppable. Documented accounts from engineers on power plant construction sites in the 1970s note that classic Euclid trucks were still running on job sites, decades after they should have been retired. At least one Euclid R-115 was confirmed still operating at a quarry in England long after its supposed era had ended. These trucks didn't just survive, they refused to be replaced. Number 7. The Ford C-Series dump truck, 1957 to 1990. The Ford C-Series ran for an extraordinary 33 years, from 1957 all the way to 1990, and its cab-over-engine design made it one of the most maneuverable medium-duty dump trucks ever built. The COE configuration put the cab directly above the front axle, giving drivers exceptional visibility and allowing the truck to navigate tight job sites where a conventional hood truck simply couldn't go. Ford C-Series trucks were used across a staggering range of industries, from construction and demolition to municipal waste and fire departments. Their rugged simplicity meant that mechanics could work on them without specialized equipment, and parts remained available long after the trucks went out of production. Many C-Series dump trucks from the 1960s and 1970s are still operational today, often in rural and semi-urban settings where their compact dimensions make them practical. The flathead V8 and later inline-6 engines in these trucks were known for their straightforward maintenance and long service lives. When you see a C-Series still hauling gravel down a country road, it's not nostalgia, it's pure, practical durability. Number 6. The International Harvester KB-series dump truck. Later 1940s, early 1950s, International Harvester's KB-series trucks were renowned for their robust design and powerful engines. These versatile machines could be configured for a wide variety of work roles, from hauling to towing to dump operations, making them some of the most adaptable trucks of their generation. The KB-series was produced in the late 1940s and into the early 1950s, positioned right at the moment when America's post-war construction boom was exploding. Highways were being built, suburbs were expanding, cities were rebuilding. The KB-series was there for all of it, and it was built to be worked hard. What makes this truck remarkable for our list is its agricultural staying power. International Harvester KB-series trucks became deeply embedded in American farm culture. Farmers who bought them in the early 1950s ran them for decades, and in some cases their children and grandchildren kept running them after that. These trucks are still spotted in working condition at agricultural operations across the United States, particularly in states like California, where vintage farm trucks often run long past any reasonable expectation. Their mechanical simplicity made them easy to fix with basic tools, and that simplicity is exactly what kept them alive. Number 5. The Kenworth W900 dump truck, 1961 to present. No list of legendary dump trucks is complete without the Kenworth W900, one of the longest-running commercial truck models in American history. First introduced in 1961 as a replacement for the 900 series conventional, the W900 was a Class 8 conventional cab truck built for highway use and heavy-duty work. More than 6 decades after its introduction, the W900 is currently in its 3rd distinct generation. The W900 has been produced in multiple variants, including dump truck configurations, and it became the standard bearer for owner-operator fleets across the country. Its iconic long hood design, combined with its extraordinary durability, made it a favorite in industries ranging from construction to mining to logging. The truck appeared in pop culture too, most famously in the 1977 film Smokey and the Bandit, and multiple other movies and TV shows. What's staggering is that W900 dump trucks from the 1970s and 1980s are still actively working today. Documented examples include logging operations in the Pacific Northwest that still run 1970s-era W900s, with owners maintaining them meticulously and reporting that the trucks continue to perform reliably under heavy loads. The W900 remained in production into the 2020s, though Kenworth announced in March 2025 that the final W900 production would end in 2026 due to changing emissions regulations. For a truck designed in 1961, that's a 65-year production run. Truly extraordinary. Number 4. The Mack R-Model dump truck, 1966 to 2005. If the Kenworth W900 is the longest-running commercial truck in America, the Mack R-Model is right beside it. Produced from 1966 to 2005, a remarkable 39-year production run, the Mack R-Model became one of the most iconic dump trucks ever built, and it is arguably the definitive symbol of American industrial trucking. The R-Model was built around the Mack Thermodyne diesel engine, designed in-house and engineered to endure the punishing conditions of heavy-duty construction and mining work. These engines were known for their strong torque, fuel efficiency, and ease of maintenance. The truck also featured a durable double-frame chassis capable of carrying heavy loads with minimal structural stress. One of the defining characteristics of the R-Model was its modular design. Operators could choose from a variety of engines, transmissions, axles, and configurations to suit their specific needs, whether hauling gravel, asphalt, soil, or construction debris. Operators across decades praised the truck for its smooth gear transitions, exceptional torque, and ability to handle the most difficult road conditions. The R-Model introduced several genuine engineering innovations, including an air ride cab, an integral engine compression brake, and the Maxidyne engine system that allowed high power at a narrow, low RPM band, meaning drivers could shift less, reducing fatigue and mechanical wear. Even today, Mack R-Model dump trucks are actively working on construction sites across the United States. A small series of R-Model Legend limited edition trucks were even produced at the end of the production run in 2003, celebrating what had become a true American icon. Number 3. The Euclid first 50-ton 3-axle dump truck, 1951. In 1951, Euclid did something no one had done before. They produced the industry's first 50-ton 3-axle dump truck, powered by twin Cummins engines. This machine was a turning point in the history of heavy hauling, proof that dump trucks could operate at a scale that would have seemed impossible just a decade earlier. This truck, the Euclid 1 LLD, represented the breakthrough moment that set the template for every massive mining haul truck that would follow it. Its twin-engine configuration solved a problem that had long plagued heavy haulers, getting enough power to move enormous payloads across rugged terrain without destroying the drivetrain. The Euclid legacy in this class of machine is so profound that the company's name became generic. Long after Euclid was sold to General Motors in 1953 and later evolved into the Terex brand, the machines it pioneered kept working. The original design philosophy, build for abuse, not for beauty, meant that these trucks could absorb punishment that would destroy lesser machines, and operators who kept them maintained found that they simply would not die. Number 2. The Caterpillar 777 mining dump truck, 1974 process. In 1974, Caterpillar introduced the 777, a 100-ton class haul truck built specifically for open-pit mining that would go on to become one of the most successful and long-running mining dump trucks in history. The original 777 was powered by a V12 D348 diesel engine capable of producing 870 horsepower, paired with a 7-speed planetary transmission. The truck's design included a newly redesigned front end, a ROPS-certified cab, and 4 massive oil-pneumatic suspension cylinders, 2 of which doubled as steering kingpins, giving it a surprisingly short turning radius for its size. At an empty weight of over 122,000 pounds and a loaded capacity of 85 tons, the 777 was an absolute giant, capable of hitting speeds of 33 miles per hour under load. What makes the CAT 777 extraordinary is not just its size, but its longevity. The truck has been produced in continuous series, from the original through the 777B, C, D, and on to the current 777G, for over 50 years. Original 777 units from the 1970s and early 1980s are still documented in service at mines around the world, maintained and rebuilt by operators who have found it more economical to keep the proven machine running than to replace it. The basic design concept, the front-end layout, the suspension architecture, the load bed approach, introduced in 1974, was so successful that Caterpillar has used it as the foundation of the truck's design ever since. Number 1. The Volvo DR860 Articulated Dump Truck, 1966. Our number 1 pick is both the oldest and the most jaw-dropping proof of dump truck immortality on this entire list. In 1966, a Swedish company called Volvo BM introduced the world's first purpose-built articulated dump truck, the DR860. The articulated design, with its pivoting joint between the cab and the dump body, allowed the truck to operate on terrain that would stop any rigid-frame machine cold. The first articulated dump trucks were, by modern standards, primitive machines. They shunned niceties like suspended undercarriages and automatic transmissions, and paradoxically, that simplicity made them extraordinarily durable. There was less to break. What was there was heavy gauge and over-engineered. Here is the fact that makes this number 1 on the list. A DR860 was still in active use in California, 48 years after it was manufactured. Volvo themselves declared it the oldest running articulated dump truck in the country. Think about that. A truck designed in 1966, built when NASA was still years from the moon landing, was still reporting to work nearly half a century later, not as a museum piece, not as a display vehicle, as a working dump truck. Volvo eventually acquired both of the original articulated dump truck manufacturers, Volvo BM and Kochum Landsverk, giving the company bragging rights as the original creator of the articulated dump truck. But it's that one surviving DR860 in California that says everything you need to know about how these machines were built and what they were built to do. That's the story of 10 old dump trucks that refuse to retire. If you've got a story about an old truck that's still working on your job site or in your family, drop it in the comments, because these machines deserve to have their stories told.